right. And we are live. So, it's been a hot second. Sorry about the delays. But now we need to, as tradition dictates, we need to play the intro.
True lies, cats' cries, late at night on the run, magic ties, fallen eye, the moon shines down. Careful who you trust, if only you must stay alive with them. Take your time, solve the crimes. It's better off when you're gone.
That's such a nostalgic song. Okay. So, we got to get a little bit of housekeeping out of the way. Do we want to roll again? Or just keep our 4-6 split?
I'm keeping it.
I'm fine with keeping it.
Okay. Is that the general
Anyone else?
consensus?
Sure.
I'm not sure what you're asking, so
The point.
for the good boy, bad boy
The
points.
good boy,
Yeah.
bad boy points? We have explained these to you, correct?
yeah.
Okay.
No, I just wasn't sure if that.
Yeah. It's
What
a
was going on?
4-6 split right now. 4 good boy points, 6 bad boy points. It's about even.
Give or take, but yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, all right. In that case, the only thing left to do is to read the intro. Last time on the Unsung City, our heroes got the dressing down of a lifetime for Vanessa Luciano. She was so sore with them that she told them to get out of town or they'd be torpedoed. The crew left in an ill mood. Maria and Fritz went to Fritz's room in the ice house and got smoked. In their ossified state, they hatched a plan to bring about the downfall of the Luciano family by starting their own crime syndicate. Shamrock, Formerly, and Fritz left to follow lead on Clover's last location in Venice. Meanwhile, Maria and Edwin started stirring the pot. We now rejoin them 2 months hence. The team sits down in Maria's new, and only, speakeasy, the Moonlit Palace. Discuss what they've been up to in the past 2 months. Let's get some background music here. So, it's been 2 whole months since you've seen each other, with the exception of Fritz, Formerly, and Shamrock, who have seen nothing but each other for 2 whole months. And you guys receive word that this is Maria's venture. It's in the basement of a clothing store that also sells jewelry and a few other things. It seems to be a bit understaffed right now. There's a large bear of a man standing as the bouncer at the bottom of the stairs, who seems to be impeding your way.
Name?
Shamrock. Looking for Maria.
Ah, yes. The missus. Right this way, please. And
Oh,
at that, and as I back and
So you are led into a kind of a. If a speakeasy could be defined as a hole in the wall, that's what this would be. It's fairly small. It looks just like what it is, a converted basement. There doesn't seem to be a lot of room, but there are, a few patrons going about. Maria herself seems to be tending bar, as it were, as there doesn't seem to be much staff at the moment, other than this bear man.
Well, I suppose 2 months, only 2 months. What do you think, kid?
I mean, did he call her the fucking missus? Did she get married while we were gone? I feel like that's a little.
Well, suppose get a drink and find out.
Sorry about that. Force of habit.
Mm.
Don't worry about it.
Well-known. Fritz doesn't believe in marriage.
Not true. He's a romantic at heart. He's just a whore in practice. Let him live.
A freak on the streets and a freak.
But two different meanings of the word freak.
I've been told that you've known fuck.
Miss Maria, probably.
Miss Maria for a while now?
We were introduced briefly, but been out of town for a bit, so I figured we'd stop in and say hi.
Right this way.
So, Alex, why don't you go ahead and tell us about your new character?
So as far as one could describe him, he is a literal bear. Right? Specifically a polar bear of some sort. But the thing is, he holds himself like a well-practiced fighter, not just some ordinary thug you'd pick up off the street. No, this man has training. He also has a rather large gun by his side out in the open. Not to mention, while the plate armor he wears is rather intimidating, it doesn't seem to impede his movement at all. On the contrary, he walks with it as if it was just regular clothing. Almost like it was a part of him. Brown eyes, 7 feet tall, around 400 pounds of just pure muscle.
Okay. And does
that
he have
all?
an accent or anything like that?
Oh yes, I'm working on it, but it's fairly subtle. But he does have a Russian, German, somewhere around there.
Eastern European.
Eastern European, yeah. Although it's subtle enough that you probably couldn't put where.
Eastern Europe.
Yeah.
My passive and dealing with the types probably says otherwise, but still. Accents aside.
Yeah, so
Good.
you are led into the bar room. It appears there's a few patrons, like I said. Currently they're enjoying drinks. Maria, what are you doing at the bar?
Maria she likes alcohol, but she doesn't know how to make drinks. So she is just pouring, like, all of her drinks are, like, just so strong. And she's, like, trying to come up with a new concoction that's, like, mostly whiskey, little bit of moonshine. It doesn't taste good, but hey, she made it up.
Okay. Yeah. There's like a few brave souls that, want to try out the specialty drink of this new establishment, and they kind of make the face as they try it, but they like Maria's I assume like flashing her charms So they're just like, yeah, great, love it, as they like quickly make their way as far away from her as possible.
God, I am so good at this.
All right.
Oh boy. Oh, I love Maria so much.
Well.
All right. Maria, you do see your new bouncer / handyman, Handy Bear, bringing your compatriots inside, including Fritz, who you have not seen in 2 months.
Oh my God, is that who I think it is? Ah, okay.
Maria.
Dimitri, you better not have charged them the cover charge. They're here as my guests tonight. I am so excited
You
to
asked me
see
not
you
to, ma'am.
all. Sorry?
You asked me not to, ma'am. They're on the VIP list as you requested.
Yes, of course. You're doing your job. Thank you. What do you think of my new place? Isn't it cute?
It's definitely fucking cozy in here, that's for sure.
All right, I
Mood
let you in
lighting's
without a
nice.
cover charge, so you better compliment it.
I just said that the intimate lighting is nice, the bar looks very pretty, and I'm sure that all of the drinks are going to be excellent.
Ooh, can I make you something?
Yeah, sure.
I make the whiskey moonshine concoction.
Shamrock's going to watch us and think, oh, look, armor cleaner.
I'm sure it will be when Fritz fucking pukes it back up later.
Oh, no.
Fritz,
Maria slides it across the bar and just watches expectantly.
Fritz, I'm gonna need a Constitution save for you.
Yeah, what is my Connie event? Oh god.
Probably not great.
Friedrich Mueller. Hadn't opened my sheet yet.
Friedrich?
Friedrich Mueller. Friedrich Mueller. Okay, con save. I'm pretty okay. Whenever I say I'm okay at things, that's always when the dice decide to just fucking
Also
shaft
2.
me. Come on. That's a
Hey!
19.
So yeah,
Hey.
you down this thing, and it's like drinking battery acid mixed with gasoline. In terms of how rough it is on your throat, but you do manage to get it down and not cough like a chump.
Mm-hmm. He's going to take a drink of that. He's gonna look Maria right in her eye and he's just gonna say, darling, that's fucking awful. And he goes around back of the bar and starts mixing drinks.
Well, it is not awful, and Maria grabs it and takes a sip.
Maria, I need a con save, please. Natural 1. Natural 1.
Natural one. Natural one.
I'm
Natural
proficient in
one.
Constitution saving throws, so we'll see.
All right,
Okay,
all right.
Maria, it tastes horrible. It burns from the moment it passes your lips till it hits your stomach. It burns the entire way. I mean, you're definitely buzzed by the time it's over. But boy, it just hurts.
Oh,
you
what the hell? Why didn't anyone tell me? God.
You're just too damn pretty. What other booze do you have in the bag? what if you manage to scrounge?
I mean, I got a couple bottles of wine back there, I think. I haven't really checked it all. There's boxes.
This box. That's like Maria.
I'm looking for tonic water. I'm looking for any citrus.
So it looks like you actually do find, nothing fancy, but like there's a bit of gin, there's a bit of bitters, there's some whiskey.
I'm
Dimitri
assuming-
has Dimitri would recognize the label on one of these boxes as Russian, say, vodka. It's a very small box, probably enough for like 2 or 3 bottles in it, but Maria has somehow managed to, in 2 months, acquire enough to run a speakeasy for at least a couple weeks. Oh,
I'm
and there are
assuming
bottles
that
of wine.
I'm assuming that she went up to Edwin and was like, "Hey, buy bar stuff," and then he just figured it out.
get me bar things.
Meanwhile, in the closet, now turned to an office. You
Yeah,
have Edwin just over a table.
he's
Just,
he's not even in the room right now. He's somewhere else, like doing paperwork or some shit. Like,
He's got like one wooden chair that she gave him. Was like, all right, there you go. That's your little
Yeah,
room.
yeah.
You stay in there. Don't make anyone uncomfortable by coming out here.
oh no!
Damn.
Edwin.
Oh,
I feel bad for him.
my boy.
Oh boy. So,
He's gonna try and make like a even semi decent cocktail with anything that's back there. You have to have. He just like puts a hand on her.
like
You gotta have citrus. I'm so sorry.
there's beginner cocktail mixings.
Ugh.
Like there's not even any olives here.
Ugh, what the fuck?
But you get like, if someone went to like a modern liquor store and just like closed their eyes and randomly pointed to bottles on the shelf, and then said like, "Get me a case of each of those," that's what would be in this back room. Like you could make drinks here, or you could just serve shots. But that's about it.
Maria, you are old money, correct?
Yeah, you could say that.
You've had. There's no way that a girl like you's never had a fucking cocktail before.
I've had cocktails. I just didn't know what you needed to make them. I thought maybe they came in the bottle like that.
He's laughing at you, but not in a mean way. Just in like a, we can fix this.
Just oh, you sweet summer child.
Yeah, no, we can. I'll go to the grocery store at some point and I'll get you set up.
I never say this, but thank you.
You're very welcome. And as soon as we have the things to make it, I will make you an excellent sidecar.
Ooh. All right.
Well, it's good to see that you got your little something up and going.
Yeah, it's a start.
So, how's it been? Been what? What's it for? It's 2 months? 3? Hell, however long it's been. How's it been since we've been away?
Real good. I got a whole 2 people as part of my crime family. And now you guys are here.
Yeah, but it does bring it back up to 5. Really getting the numbers in.
And tonight's going to be so great. And people are going to spread the word, and then that'll show us.
That's a 150% increase.
It really is.
Great.
No, she was just giving a "thank God you're here" look, just very heavily.
Oh god. Well, it's good to see that you're getting on your feet. Suppose you got production, everything going. Some runners. No.
I was gonna get to that. I wasn't sure what step in the process.
Fritz, give me some whiskey neat.
You made the robot drink.
Is become bartender.
I'm waiting for.
I could get a drink for you if you wanted.
Distribution.
I mean, push comes to shove, Shamrock does know how to make something. He's got Brewers Kit proficiency.
I mean, yeah, it's common on the battlefield for, someone somewhere will brew together 2 dead rats and some muddy water in a boot and sell it as swill to his buddies. That doesn't mean it's good.
Yeah.
You just need some practice.
I mean, making alcohol is not difficult. Rednecks in the backwoods can do it. The thing is making
good alcohol
that's not toxic. That's where the proficiency with brewer's tools comes in.
Listen, it's not a wedding in the South unless somebody in the back of their pickup truck hands you an unmarked mason jar of vague clear liquid and you have to say to yourself, am I willing to die today? And the answer is always yes.
bet. So it's either going to be burn your eyebrows off, or it's going to be the best thing you taste before your eyeballs burn off.
It's the best thing you taste, or it fucking kills you,
Or both.
or both.
Who's willing to bet both?
Shamrock.
Mm-hmm.
As you sit there and sniff your incredibly hard whiskey, it's not even good whiskey. It's kind of like, you're pretty sure it's worth
Canadian.
but you know it's enough to swill to the masses. Your thoughts drift back to the end of your trip into Venice. You all had run pell-mell all over Venice, like with this goddamn ring, and eventually you broke into a church and pulled up one of the tiles in a mosaic and found a trapdoor leading down into a catacomb. And down there you found a dead man who was not Clover, but he did look to have some magic laid upon him. And working your due upon it, you found that someone had cast Speak with Dead on it just recently, and you got it to play back the last thing that it said. And by the way, this is in Italian, so I'm sorry if I screw it up to all my Italian viewers. Il bottino del peccato vien servio alla tavola della diavolo. And I had fallen silent, the magic spell.
All right, who speaks Italian?
Yeah, I can't type in Italian as fast as I can in English. Can you please put it in the chat?
I speak many languages. One of them is not Italian.
Il bottino del peccato vien servito alla tavola del diavolo.
Actually, I speak Italian.
Something served at the devil's table. I don't know the first half.
I have to speak Italian, actually. My character.
And
Oh.
so does Maria, I think.
Yes, she does.
But they weren't there.
No, but like,
No.
as you're saying, they're contemplating, like, none of you could make heads or tails of it. It dawns on you that Maria is from Italy.
Hey, Maria. He just sets his glass down, undrunk but well sniffed. Just, you, know anyone that speaks Italian around here? Just,
Raises my hand.
You're looking at someone who speaks Italian. My last name is
Both of us.
Romano.
Actually,
I figured. Pretty ass.
Why ask
Well,
you want to learn? It's a beautiful language.
Well, maybe later when we got time. But, right now, got a phrase I need translated if you got the
I'm going to
chance.
highlight that.
He speaks the language of the orcs.
Yes, I
I've
do.
only found an orc. But yeah, Rainbow first standby. Okay, we're back. So, I suppose he could translate this phrase here and just pulls out his notepad and just flips through until he finds the phrase that he wrote down at the time. Just sort of slides across the bar. Hey, you know what that says?
Maria, there's like no accents whatsoever on this. And some of the words are spelled wrong. Incredibly wrong. But you grew up speaking Italian, and you're pretty sure this says, the spoils of sin are served at the devil's table.
Right, well, this is painful to look at. I'll just tell you that now. But I'm pretty sure it says the spoils of sin are served at the devil's table.
Alright, I was hoping for more of a X marks the spot, but sure, let's go with that. Oh, thanks. It just writes down notes underneath of it and just tucks that back in his coat pocket. I'll have to dig through that a little bit later, but all right. So, suppose now we got drinks out of the way. Talk a little bit business.
I mean, are we just gonna fucking brush past the fact that that's a little bit terrifying, or?
I mean,
Get used
you
to it.
did find a dead man in a catacomb.
Yeah, and I
At the end of
probably
your
looked at
trip.
it and I said, fucked up if true. Hate that. Don't like any of this.
Alas, poor York.
And that was the last hint you had. And so you come back to regroup.
Well,
Is that like important or something?
I suppose you sir right now. Looking for my friend Clover. Is my guess. 4 not exactly a free people or really considered people. So I want some favors. You know, he bought me out of the army, got me on my feet and everything. So trying to find him. And fortunately, we had a clue. Took us to Venice, and this is all that was there. No Clover. Oh, and no ring. So I don't think the as I pull open names real fast, I don't think the Montellas are going to be too keen on me be kicking around here. So, unfortunately, through Clover, I don't owe them a couple coins here and there.
Yeah, by the way, it didn't come up last time because I forgot to mention it, but during, especially during a pandemic, but during any time of national crisis, the mail service is backed up weeks. So,
Yeah, how thing.
Hence why my letter to get here so late.
Yeah, you might have been meant to get that, hey, that dead man's letter, as you so aptly called it, weeks earlier. Not that makes you feel any better. I'm just letting you know.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
I mean, I've said it before. I've said it 1,000 times. We can fucking help with the money.
Yeah, well.
And with the housing. I'm down a roommate, so.
Yeah, well.
So is he.
I would gladly appreciate it. And I can't exactly go to my office anymore, but let's just say it's more of a personal
sign
thing
up
now.
on the door.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Break the lease, get your deposit back, and call it a day. Oh, wait, you can't get your deposit back if you break the lease.
I mean, at this point, I'm pretty sure, like, Shamrock will put, like, the important files in, like, a what's it called? P.O. box. Like a
safety deposit
box.
Box. Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, he would put all the stuff in the safe deposit box at the bank, like, before, like, he left. But I figure pretty much everything else, the Montellos have kind of just taken over his office.
That's
just how I think of it.
You also put the rings thing in the safety deposit box?
Oh no, that stays in his bag. He is not putting that anywhere outside.
Okay.
I want to
So, well.
So, game plan. What do we want to tackle first? Do we want to tackle the Lucianos? Do we want to tackle the Montellos? Do we want to tackle Clover? We got a decent amount of options.
Well, until I decipher this clue, I think we're dead end on Clover end, but you need help, you know where to find me.
Having some just as a side note, any assistance on our end with building up a reputable source of what's the term? What's the English word?
Income.
No. Stock. Would be
no. I have a couple of choice customers that I very much need to have word with now that I'm back in town.
As for stock, well, we know a guy.
Yeah, we know a couple of guys.
That would be helpful.
Around this time, you guys have been sitting for a good, 10 minutes or so, just for counting tails. And
I'm just going to say I have been keeping on the door in the meantime.
okay, cool. And the radio kicks on.
Breaking news, folks. Someone has vandalized the town by cutting down and stealing the chain that keeps the gates closed. Police are asking for anyone who might know about this to come forward with any information. A reward is offered to anyone whose tip leads to a successful arrest of this vile ne'er-do-well. In other news, there is still no word on the identities of the villains who used magic to kill 2 police officers inside the Southside Precinct 2 months ago. Investigators insist that they are making progress, but anonymous sources claim the perpetrators have already fled the country. More on that later, but first, a word from our sponsor. It looks like winter has come in strong this year. Don't get caught out in the cold this season. Butterick fur coats are made with real owlbear fur. That's right, folks, real owlbear fur. Not only do they keep you warm and toasty on the inside, they keep the snow and the rain on the outside, where it belongs. Just say no to Old Father Winter this season with a Butterick fur coat. Now available via mail-in order.
And it goes back to playing its usual music.
My volume was too quiet, so I didn't hear the first 10 seconds of that.
I had to boost it up.
Yeah, I had to boost it up too.
Shall I read it out to you?
I would appreciate that, please.
I heard the second half where they were like,
Yeah.
cops.
I heard from a little bit before when they said in other news we haven't found the people that killed the 2 cops with magic in the police station. That's about
Right.
where I
Let
started.
Me, let me see if I can make it a little better for you.
Breaking news, folks. The town graveyard has been vandalized by unknown suspects. They have cut down and stolen the chains, keeping the gates closed. Additionally, strange lurid markings were drawn in what investigators are saying is red paint along the walls on either side of the gate. Several gravestones have also been vandalized, though it is unclear at this time if these 2 events are related. Police are asking for anyone who has information pertaining to this to come forward. A reward is offered for anyone whose tip leads to the successful arrest of this vile ne'er-do-well. In other news, there is still no word on the identities of the villains who used magic to kill 2 police officers inside the Southside Precinct 2 months ago. Investigators insist they are making progress, but anonymous sources claim the perpetrators have already fled the country. More on that later, but first, a word from our sponsor. It looks like winter's come in strong this year. Don't get caught out in the cold this season. Butterick fur coats are made with real owlbear fur. That's right, folks, real owlbear fur. Not only do they keep you warm and toasty on the inside, they keep the snow and rain on the outside, where it belongs. Just say no to Old Father Winter this season with the Butterick fur coat, now available via mail-in order.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Edwin didn't hear any of this because he's still in the fucking back room. He's still just like doing paperwork, trying to like do shit.
He wouldn't have his own little radio back there to play the tunes.
No, he's a weird little isolated boy that likes to read books in silence.
Damn, fair.
Harsh.
Okay. That's oof. Okay, so I thought I remembered something about chains being used on graveyard things from the special materials tab. Out of character. Isn't that why they use cold iron for it?
Why do they use cold iron for it, Alex?
To keep the undead in.
That doesn't keep the living out, though.
No, it does not.
Sounds like that might be some weird cult shit.
So the chains were broken in the graveyard. Someone was breaking the chains in the graveyard, and the graves are being dug up? Is that what we're getting out of this?
Yeah, that might be the case.
Comes to facing the gravestones and the walls.
I'm concerned with the strange symbols in quotation marks red paint on either side of the gate. That sounds like some portal shit.
Or necromancy at the very least. Yeah. That is out of character, just bringing that information to light in an out of character context.
Okay.
Hmm. Do we want to do some vigilante justice, or do we fucking care?
Well, let's make sure our own business is taken care of before we go sticking our necks out.
Yeah.
Around this time, you guys have, you talking about this a little bit more. Who should walk in the door but Annabeth? Or she'll walk up to Alex. Or to Dimitri.
There's our favorite lady.
So,
How's it going?
A woman in a sky blue dress and a red leather jacket walks up to you and just kind of like stands there with her arms crossed, staring at you like, "You gonna move or not?"
Annabeth, you know what? On this occasion, sure, because I'm not in the mood. But
would you have actually met Annabeth?
Given his unaffiliation status, I'm sure that he has done some dealings with her. I thought.
Okay.
Because of his background feature.
She takes
the streetwise ability.
Yeah, she like sleight of hands a gold coin into your suit jacket.
All right.
As
all
she
right.
walks by.
Okay.
And she taps you on the shoulder as she walks by. Good to see you too, Furball. And she walks up and rudely like yanks a bar stool out from under someone who was about to sit down and then places it next to herself. Places it in front of the bar right near where Fritz is and sits down, crosses her legs, pulls out a cigarette from her purse and lights it up. Takes a puff of it and says, "Haven't seen you around here in a while."
Annabeth, fucking charming as ever.
You damn straight. Where the fuck is your little Russian friend? I found her goddamn sword.
Russian?
The Jap?
Yeah, no. You found Nadia's shit? She just disappeared now. I don't know, one day she was with us and the next she was gone.
Well, I'm not holding on to the fucking thing. It creeps me out. And that's saying something, I tell you.
I went for the bag.
I mean, I'll take it from your hands, but I've got a bad history with cursed swords.
Maybe I should just caps the bag fully.
House on fire. As she pulls out what could only be described as a sword full of eyes and teeth.
What kind of eyes and teeth, storyteller?
So it looks like it looks to be the handle all the way up to the crossguard seems to be made of some kind of bone-like substance, and the wrapping, which is normally like cloth, seems to be almost sinewy in nature. Right in the smack middle of the crossguard is a large slitted eye. And
is this the fucking Soul Calibur?
Arranged around it, around the base of the blade, are several more eyes. Going up along the back end of the blade appear to be almost a flesh-like substance, along with several long, sharp, what could only be described as teeth. And along the actual blade are several jagged sections of metal.
Nope.
All right.
Okay, hold on. Someone put that thing someplace where nobody has to look at it, because that's fucking terrible.
I don't think I have an appetite anymore.
She places it on the counter and taps it and says,
"No.
This is toothy."
Why does it have skin? Why does it have skin? Why does it have skin? Why is there skin and teeth on it? That's Ooh. He's just like swipes it over the end of the bar, puts it on the floor.
It kind of like wiggles a little bit and then
Oh.
seems to like the eyes look at you and like how could you?
Quick question. If I touch that thing, is it gonna curse me? Or anything?
Shouldn't.
Question.
Your fucking Rusky friend asked for a sword that could do anything. That's Toothy. Toothy can be anything you want him to. Oh, with some limits, obviously.
I'll take your word for it.
Or a polearm, you can do any of that. Shield, I turn it.
I'm interested, actually.
I will send you if you're interested. You're interested in Toothy. I will send you the item stats.
It's not cursed. Correct.
It's not cursed. You can't have an intelligent item that's cursed. I mean, it's not even an item, really.
Intelligent item.
Anyway, he's not cursed. Besides, that he eats a lot.
Hold up. Rewind. It's intelligent.
And
I
it
mean,
eats.
as intelligent as you are, which is up in the air.
First,
He
he's
just
gonna
looks
pick
back
it
down.
up between like a fourth finger and thumb, just like holding it between pinched fingers, just staring at it in horror.
I try to remember what in my studies of stuff that I have that might be a sword like this.
Tell you what, do me an Arcana.
Arcana, not history.
Can I also do an Arcana check? Because is this a fucking mimic sword?
This is a mimic sword, but you need to do an Arcana
That's incredible.
Check.
Yeah, I'm not gonna know that.
Arcana check to know.
Yeah, no, I'm stupid.
Shamrock, you know that this is a mimic sword. From what Annabeth is saying, it's a tame mimic sword.
Annabeth, I'm not going to ask how the hell you did that. 'Cause quite frankly, I don't want to know.
Good, because I wouldn't tell you anyway. My supply lines are my own.
So what does it?
Because this is better than the fucking shit show that the Lucianos have turned into ever since you guys started moving.
Well,
Oh, by the way, as she looks over at Maria, Vanessa's not happy with you. But you're too small.
Oh yeah, that was the plan.
You're too small time for her to actually stage a raid on you at this point. But I'd watch yourself. If you step on too many toes, someone will step on you, if you know what I mean.
I don't get stepped on. So I'm excited. I hope we see each other again sometime.
Fritz is like, I've done that service before.
Quiet, you. Fritz does look at Annabeth though, and like hold up like a couple of gold between his fingers and just say, I think that we, I wouldn't say deserve, wouldn't say have a right to, but I know all of us would be very interesting in knowing exactly what's been going on with the Lucianos since they tried to kick us off their turf. Their turf.
What's your story? And Shamrock just passes a drink over to Annabeth.
I don't know if I'd do that.
And she just like picks it up, looks at it, and then downs it like a shot. It's no time or do, but it'll do. Whatever. I'm eloquent at this time of night. She swipes the gold from your hand so fast you don't even see her hand move. But now it's sitting in her hand.
Mm-hmm.
And out of her bag hops her black cat, which proceeds to to lap at the drink in the glass next to her.
Is he alright? Just point to the cat.
Oh, Anne will be fine. You know how most
you-
cats have 9 lives? I have no idea how many Emma has, but she's already lost at least a few as the
Okay.
tail comes up and smacks her on the shoulder. It's like, what? It's true. Cat gives her a cat affronted look and then continues drinking like straight gin out of a glass.
Well,
But
there's a story there somewhere, but anyways.
yeah, Em and me go way back. You could say, I was awash without an anchor till I found her. It's kind of loopy, even. Em just kind of stops drinking, it rubs up against her, and then goes back to drinking.
And M?
Oh,
Is that short for something?
yes. This is Empress. I didn't give it a name.
Empress. Well, suppose it's a fitting name for a cat that knows what they want.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking at the cat as it continues to lap at the alcohol, just like, can cats drink alcohol? Is this a good idea?
Probably not. Cats probably aren't very good at digesting alcohol since their livers are much smaller than a human liver.
Mm-hmm.
But never in her life has Empress ever been told she couldn't do something. And she's not about to start listening now. So
Noted.
She's gonna do whatever she wants. Annabeth.
Also, I feel like we're used to fucked up cats being around, and so
Yeah,
That's kind of just the usual.
it's welcome
Yeah.
to familiars. Annabeth kind of like tosses the coins up and down in her hand as she looks around and she says, the men that came in, that were supposed to come in from Italy, never got here.
What?
Yeah, fucked up everyone's plans. But the Renzettis have been making moves on the docks. And the Montellos are trying to expand. And the Falcones are still around. Fucking prick that he is. They're causing all sorts of grief to everyone. And unfortunately, it seems like all the freelancers are getting snatched up. With just Charlie dying, Christy is getting harder and harder to reach. And well, Jimmy Ears and Widow and Pencil and all the rest of them, they all died in that hit, so it's getting real difficult to find any freelancers around. Big Mick's still around, but Hurty went straight.
Little sticks.
Well, I suppose getting attacked by a banshee will do that to you, now won't it?
Yeah, so Christy Sticks Costello is an explosives expert.
Yeah.
And Charlene, just Charlie Donoso, was a pyromancer.
Yeah.
But she died in the hit. So did Pencil Louie. So did Evelina, Widow Gianna, and Jimmy Ears Montana.
I'm taking advantage of the streetwise and the access in the criminal underworld note to really play out my character here. So
Okay. In other news, the Takedas have crawled so far back into their fucking Jap hole that no one's seen or heard of them ever since. Speaking of which, have you seen Rin about?
She went to the ground. Don't worry about it. She's safe though.
Well, give her this if you ever find her, as she hands you a rolled up package.
Is it another sword?
Of course it is, you daft fool. She asked for one, and I found one. It's not as good as hers, but it's the best I could do.
I'm sure she'll appreciate it. I'll
get to her when I can. What's unique about this person's sword? Isn't a sword just a sword? Usually, I mean, yeah, there's some.
I mean, everybody in our little group has a bad habit of finding freaky ass swords. In case you couldn't tell by the fact that another person that was in our party specifically requested whatever the fuck that little flesh monster is.
True. Speaking of which, does that thing do guns?
Gun sword, gun sword, gun sword.
It does
No,
say
I'm asking her. Does she do guns?
any simple or martial melee weapon of your choice.
Melee weapon.
Okay.
No, interesting.
It
I'm just
can
gonna
take the
take a
form of
quick.
any non-magical object, no larger than medium and worth no more than 100 GP. However, that's meant for like a wrench or a key or something like that.
Okay.
But Toothy cannot turn into a ranged weapon.
All right.
It can, however, turn into a reach weapon.
Interesting.
And you will have to feed him.
Yes.
Okay.
So, quick look at the new sword that I've been handed. Anything stand out?
Did you get? Oh, it's wrapped up in cloth.
I think he's saying that he'll unwrap it. Yes.
Yeah, I'll pull back the cover.
It appears to be a short sword, like a Japanese short sword. You're not sure. I don't think you know Japanese, so you're not sure what they call those.
Nope.
But it appears to be not necessarily a matching pair to the katana that she was walking, or the long sword, I guess, that she was walking around with. But it looks like it would go like nicely on the belt next to it. In out of game terms, it's a wakizashi to go along with her.
Yeah.
To go along with her.
It becomes a daisho, a daisho pair. Yep.
Thanks, Annabeth.
We know what happened to her.
We know what happened to. Well, out of character, we know what happened to Rin.
Fucked up still.
So Annabeth says, by the way, as she leans over and puts a note card, or no, not a note card, some more coins down. This is another round. By the way, there's why did I say note card?
I don't know.
Because I was looking at the notes. She says, by the way, there have been some strange things going down around on the streets. Just watch yourselves, all right?
Yeah, something about some about graveyard vandalism.
Yeah, well, that's just a sideshow. But
well, then what's the main event?
I would recommend. I'm not at liberty to say.
Pulls out another gold piece, lifts an eyebrow, bats his eyes.
Gently pushes Fritz's hand back. It's not that I don't want to sell you information. I can't. It's complicated political bullshit.
It's supposed to, you know, we could start looking for it on our own then, do you?
I personally recommend you don't. But I'm not your mom, and I can't stop you. I have enough trouble.
My mom's a vet.
I have enough trouble keeping Elizabeth out of trouble as it is. If you go looking for it, it won't be with my help or my blessing, but it won't be with me curse or me hindrance either. If you get into it, then you damn fools have earned it.
Fritz is just—he's got like a hand on his chin, elbow on the bar, just looking at her with just like, you know how when cats are about to like do a jump, they do the butt wiggle and then their pupils get all big and they look silly. Yeah. He's giving her that look.
No, Fritz is going to dumbass mode.
Listen,
it's equals Claymore.
It's been great, but have any of you seen Edwin around?
We just got in town.
Who?
I get him.
Bullcut boy.
Oh, her poor nerd.
I'll go get him.
If it wasn't for the fact that Maria's one of my PCs, I would absolutely hate her in real life.
Wouldn't we all?
No, I would be so hard eyes.
He's getting your pants right
Hold my
now.
hand, big lady.
All right.
Hand holding, how lewd.
Okay, I'm gonna go get Edwin.
Oh shit! I locked him in the back room. I forgot.
Yes. And you have me have a spare key. Yeah.
You locked the door? Why would you lock it? You
have it, and
stand
then I forgot I did it.
It's for your protection, son.
I mean, I left him some water and some bread. Like
we
they-
rolled the window. We rolled the window down. We're only gonna be in the gas station long enough to get cigarettes, and then we're coming back.
Not to mention we left
I
for
left him
his.
some food and water, and he's fine for a couple days at least.
He would have, if he was in there for days, he would have like broken out through the window at some point and just like come back later.
The question is, can he though?
It was their
He's got
window.
magic. He's got magic, dude. He can do
I
it.
believe the setup was something like he, the business was opening for the night, so she like shoved him in his office and said, "Don't come out and bother the customers."
Yeah. I'm sure he's used to that at this point. He's also used to her ignoring everything that he says, probably. So
Cinderella, no.
Meanwhile, knowing that Dimitri is the one who actually bothers to listen and keep in mind any good ideas.
he's smart, man. All the shit that you guys were saying, oh, well, you should do this and this and this. He suggested that to Maria like a dozen times at this point, at least. And in 1 year, out the fucking other.
So boring, though. I wasn't listening. He's zoned out.
All right, yeah.
So
I'm
are people coming into the room with Edwin now? Is that what's happening?
I'm going to get Edwin. Or I'm going to grab Edwin, yeah.
I think like
Okay.
You get to leave your hovel.
So
We're not going to Edwin. Edwin's come to us, whether he wants to or not.
Let me set the scene for you. So Edwin, you're in the middle of balancing a ledger.
Yep.
It's really frustrating because Maria doesn't. I'm going to take a few liberties with her character. Maria doesn't really know what she's doing, so she just
Yep.
puts like stuff about 2 gold, or napkins, 25 gold. Like, who spends 25 gold on fucking napkins? And just like paid B 6 pence or something like that, and you're just like, ah.
I'm assuming that like in his off hours when the bar isn't running, he like goes and catalogs shit just to like know what the fuck is happening. Because
So it's frustrating, but like this is kind of your niche, so you're getting in the zone, and like the box of receipts in front of you is slowly dwindling as you enter them into the ledger, and
That bear busted.
as you're like halfway through a receipt for wood materials, thump, 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 as the floor shakes as something large comes near your door, and just knock, knock. Edwin, it is me, Dimitri.
oh yes, hello. Is there something that you need?
Dimitri. The madam wishes to speak with you. Or, well, not the madam, but
Miss Maria.
Miss Maria and the rest have come. Miss Maria's friends have returned.
Oh, I see. I'll be right out in a moment. Just give me 1 second, please. Thank you.
And he just comes and grabs you by the scruff and drags you out.
He's
Like I opened the door You know that's not. You know that's not how the future works.
Opens the door and picks him up. Miss Maria, we'll see you now. And
You
just
are
carries him out.
lady.
Yes.
Big lady is requested you.
He's just closing the ledger, so it's not out in the open. It's not a bad.
It's still in your hand, and you're being cradled like a little baby.
Yeah.
I like the idea of Dimitri knowing that Edwin's a fucking shut-in. At this point, and you're like, I'll be out in just a moment, in just a second, and that's like Edwin talk for like maybe 10 minutes. And he just,
Yeah.
opens the door and it's like,
That's accurate.
Miss Maria, we'll see you now, with like a growl as he picks you up and carries you out. Walks out and deposits you in front of the group like a naughty puppy.
Exactly.
Oh, Edward, there you are.
It's Edwin, miss. Is there something that you needed from me?
We were wondering.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't remember what we were wondering. I'm sorry. Why did we get him anyway?
Something.
Oh my!
I'm sorry. She works so hard.
I'm sorry, Maria. Edwin, the group, including Mrs. Madam Annabeth here, were needed you for a reason. I simply retrieved you.
Hey, yeah. I never got a chance to thank you for busting me out.
What accent is this?
Your mom.
Damn.
There's 6 accents in this group going on right now. Forgive me.
My mom doesn't sound like that. She doesn't sound like anything anymore.
Oh no.
Oh, sorry, let's start over again. Your mama's so dead.
Oh no.
Well, you might be a
Don't-
dead bitch.
Don't do this to my boy.
I never got a chance to thank you for helping me.
Oh, that's quite all right. I'm always happy to help people. Is
No,
there
come here.
something you needed from me?
Yeah, come over here in a minute.
All right, he's gonna he's like trying to figure out what to do with the ledger as he's walking over.
Yeah,
Like he's like,
as
why
you
do I have this out right now?
As you walk over, she like glares menacingly at the person on the stool next to her until the person like suddenly realizes they want to be literally anywhere else and gets up and walks away. And she pats the stool next to her like nothing has happened.
Would you not scare off the customers?
I'll stuff a fuzz bucket.
I love her.
Come here, Edwin. Now listen. I noticed that you're trying to get into the underworld, but you're doing it all wrong. Hanging around with these losers is only gonna get you killed. Just a friendly warning.
Well, I did try to get in with the Lucianos, and that didn't exactly go as planned.
Right.
So I do plan to make my next endeavors a little more cautiously.
Mm-hmm. Well, while you're still slumming it with these rejects, here, as she slips a card into the breast pocket of your jacket.
Okay.
There's the no card.
What?
There's the card. That's my card. You know how to activate it when you need me.
Oh, that's very kind of you, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. And first one's on the house, so she gives you a wink, downs the rest of her drink, and turns to leave. Has by this point drained the gin, and hops up onto her shoulder, and curls around it like a shawl, and she walks out.
Well, is that all that you needed me for? I still have quite a lot to go through in this, and
Why don't you just stay here and keep drinking? Come on, you've been stuck in there for how long? Come on.
well, I'm I don't quite like alcohol very much. It doesn't agree with me.
Yeah, Francis.
At least he. No, I was talking
Francis.
about.
Or Prince is up.
Yeah, what? Sorry, I was distracted by the fact that Annabeth fucking called us losers. What?
Don't worry about it.
I mean-
2 shots.
You guys are on the losing side of a war right now.
Yeah, but you don't gotta fucking say it. She's right, but she shouldn't say it.
You have
He's
figured
gonna-
out by now. Annabeth just says her mind, and fuck anyone who disagrees with her.
He's gonna just like find rum and then put a lot of ice cubes in it and give that to Edwin.
You know, don't want to make
He'll-
like a virgin drink.
And I mean, what?
I
We
don't
don't
know
have
that we
juice
have-
in this place.
Yeah, I doubt we have the materials for anything.
The only
right
virgin of
If
this
you
place
wait
is
for the
Edwin.
ice
We
to
can't
melt, you
help
could
that.
do water.
I think you would know from Edwin's accent that he's from Britain, so you probably get him like a glass of wine or something.
Yes, great tea there, mate.
The wine is the one thing in this place that's actually very good because it's what Maria drinks.
Damn, that's fair.
So it's
Look
like
at
it's like fucking discount being a hooch and then like $20 bottle of wine.
Damn.
just look at the ledger, just like crate of whiskey, $5. Crate of beer, $2. Crate of wine, $100. Wait, what?
Yeah, basically.
$3,000 on candles.
Scented candy.
$2,000 on napkins, $20 on whiskey.
I
Don't worry
had to
about
get
all-
the nice napkins, the cloth ones, not the paper ones.
Just buy all the toilet paper. Don't worry. In 100 years, the stuff's gonna be gold.
No, but Edwin, I did have a question for you. Or like, like a general, series of questions, I guess.
Edwin is like looking at the drink and kind of like sniffs it a little and is a little like, ugh. But he takes a sip of it anyways and goes, yes, of course. Is that something that you needed to ask me about?
First things first, calm down. That's fine. Second things second. So you're like, I know you're a maps guy. I know you're a math guy. You just kind of, oh my god, hold the fuck on. I'm gonna scream.
We will pause the universe in the middle of Fritz's.
I imagine Fritz being like in the background, some person is being really loud, and Fritz goes like, "Hold the fuck on! I'm gonna fucking screw this guy over."
Hey, honey, show us your tits. And Fritz just walks over and like beats the shit out of him.
Yes.
Just with the now empty, just rum bottle. Just all right. Smile for the camera. Boom.
I was about to make a move, but Fritz beat me to it, and it's like, well, then.
I do feel like Fritz would be the person to throw a bottle of alcohol at somebody.
Usually it's me, but
Well, we don't know your character enough. I'm sure we'll find some awful thing that your character will do sooner or later.
besides
I'm
me,
back.
matter of
Oh my
time.
god, I'm so sorry.
I'm beating up the patron.
Why is she still screaming at me? I cannot help you right now. I'm in the middle of dragons. Oh, but back in the voice. You're just gonna be like, I don't know, general scholarly energy. Are you like a books and lore man?
Yes, you could say that.
Okay.
If you
Hell,
pull
you even bring a sound book with them.
out of library books, Edwin would be the one channeling it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just, trying to, now that we're back in the city, do a little casual research and don't really know where to start because I'm not really a gestures down at himself book learning kind of person. So
What is it that you're trying to look into? Maybe I could point you in the right direction.
You know what? I'll come and find you one of the nights over. This isn't really something I like to talk about in polite company.
Oh, certainly, I understand.
There's polite company here.
I mean,
Hey, this is a speakeasy.
Shamrock is right here, you
Sham-
know.
I was about to say Shamrock is the politest one of us.
But
Yeah.
Speakeasies aren't like. They're a place where social norms are relaxed.
Mm-hmm.
So like women
But
can
this is
chat with
really
men
a
without it
speakeasy.
being like an escorted thing. And they can do scandalous things like dance within the same square foot of each other.
I mean,
It's like
they usually do
the
that.
same 5 foot square.
Yeah. They can dance in the same county without a chaperone.
How big is this place? Because you said it was a hole in the wall, but is it like teeny tiny?
Like the image you see on screen.
That's it? That's the whole thing?
This is 2 months.
Yeah. It's cute for 2 months.
Maria can come up with better if she takes the time to do so. But for now, this is the outlay. But what I was pointing out is the speakeasy isn't like people don't just like. It's not like walking into a bar nowadays. It's like
It is definitely not like walking into a bar.
It's more like walking into a regular establishment, but all of the social norms are relaxed. Like, you would still never find a woman showing her ankles. That's scandalous. But,
The 1920s, you would.
only if she's one of those women.
I mean, ankles is still fine. It's above the knee. It's actually
You
just
just
at
don't
the
kinda
knee
flap.
that's still. Ooh.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the person who's taken a fashion history course and say nope.
Okay. Alright, well, fashion person. They would still be inside the fashion norms, but maybe they would, like, hook up with a guy, or, have a relaxed night, or even smoke. And
Yeah.
Or even possibly hook up with a woman if you hook up with the same gender, even.
Well, I mean, let's not go too far.
I don't know about that.
There's,
This is the
That was a-
1920s, dude.
there's
This is-
specific places for that.
No, I was
In my
joking.
speakeasy, sure, but not necessarily in general.
Maybe even be seen out in, quote, public, unquote, talking to a black person.
Yeah.
My
What
goodness.
do I think of next?
You know what? This place is a fucking shoebox. However, I feel like you could get like one musician in here, just like one.
Oh, I can play some music for you if you'd like.
Hold up, what kind of music do you play?
Up and down.
Just looks.
I don't want any classical shit.
Can you play jazz?
I feel like he would know the basics of it.
Okay.
I feel like that would be part of something that he learned.
Okay, I mean, you are a bard.
Yeah, that is true.
Wait, you are?
Yeah.
Oh.
He's gonna pull out his violin and he's gonna start like playing it, kind of like. No, he's gonna pull out his flute and he's gonna do jazz flute. He's gonna do the thing.
Jazz flute.
Yeah,
That's
he's gonna do.
thing?
He's gonna do that thing that fucking Will Ferrell does in Anchorman. He's gonna like. He's just gonna jazz flute it up a little bit.
Damn.
I don't think that's
God.
right for the period. I think I'm fucking it up, but whatever.
I mean, jazz also isn't technically right for the period, but it's
You
fine.
trying to make Shamrock swoon here? Just all that jazz flute, just wow, crazy.
You're not
All right.
using.
You
You're
know
not
what?
using a special violin, right?
No, I won't use the special violin.
Okay.
You know what? You're playing the jazz flute, and Fritz is gonna hold a hand out to Maria to dance.
Oh.
She accepts, yeah.
Scandalous.
Yeah.
So everyone like moves to the side as you two start cutting a fraction of a rug. Let's not get too crazy in this room. but some of a rug.
Yeah.
Rug was cut at this time.
Shamrock will
still
tap in, just take the place behind the bar.
Yet still keeping an eye on the door.
Shamrock, do you know how to mix drinks? And by mixed drinks, I don't mean like pour two things in equal portions into a cylinder to be launched out of a can.
Listen, just because he was trained to make all kinds of weaponry and whatnot and facilitate battlefield actions doesn't mean Clover didn't teach him some other things.
All right, do me a brewery kit.
Bet 24.
All right, yeah. You're actually pretty good, and you earn 5 silver in tips.
Nice.
All right.
As your drinks are, despite the terrible quality of the drinks that are available to you, actually pretty decent.
Funny, knowing how to mix the right amount of gunpowder to make cordite also helps when trying to make a drink that doesn't taste horribly acidic.
Maria, I'm not saying you found your bartender. 24.
Hey, if you're looking for a job, we're hiring.
I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, so, someone else, like, pulls out, like, a guitar, and he starts strumming along with you. Another guy, like, moves the candle off a barrel and starts tapping on it for some drums. And you guys
Nice.
have, like, kind of, sort of a not well choreographed band performance. But, I mean, it's music.
So it's
Someone blowing into a
quite round
jug.
robin, but something similar.
Someone's blowing into a jug somewhere in the room, you know.
I mean, it's not like it's
That's
not
a
something you would
hootenanny.
show off to your mom, but I mean, it's
Yeah, yeah.
music.
Yeah,
And
okay.
You are, without even rolling dice, carrying the whole performance, but
Hell yeah.
they are backing you up.
Cool. He's
this
just
is
gonna
kind of
be,
a side
like,
of Edwin you guys have
feeling
never
it.
seen before.
He's just kind of feeling it, you know. He's just going with it.
Wow. I didn't think it was possible for him.
Ouch.
Good for him.
Yeah, he's
We always have a gay old time.
yeah. We're all doing great.
So, Edwin, you have a use outside of paperwork.
He's busy playing the flute. He doesn't even hear what you say.
That was fun. So, what's your story, Big Tall and Harry?
Oh, me? I take the rounds again. Maria here found me in the fighting rings.
Fighter.
Just something I did in my pastime to keep my skills honed.
Yeah. Well, good on you. You fighting the war, or are you just there for the fight?
Didn't fight in any war, but I was. Let's just say my parents. They come from a long line of, shall we say, traditionalists when it comes to fighting.
Well, good on you then. Heard Eastern Front was exactly kind on the people, but you certainly look like you're doing good for yourself.
He pats the rather intriguing gun on his side before he nods to that and says, "Well, yes." Turns out that skills found in tournaments are very useful when it comes to keeping people in line in places that they tend to want to not.
Everyone needs an enforcer, or a bouncer in your case. Well, just keep it chill then. Also, by the way, if you ever try to do anything to the kid over there, just nods over to Fritz. have a nice bearskin rug.
Mario,
Just fair warning.
a friend of Mario's is a friend of mine. I would never think about hurting them.
Good.
Unless, of course, they did something to the metal.
Well, that's fair. Let's just say it's been interesting several months, and just want to make sure everything's on the table here.
I respect that. So, what about you? How did you meet Mario?
I was with Luciano's. Well, back before everything went to shit, really. Well, was going to shit. Anyway, we had a job. Annabeth got caught by the investigators along with one of the
I heard about it.
Yakuza types.
I heard about it.
Yeah, we were, as being not quite part of the family, but on their payroll, we were asked to go break in, break them out. Well, things didn't go quite as cleanly as we hoped. A couple cops died, some magic's thrown around. We had to make tracks for a bit. And that was, of course, after Vanessa so kindly let us go.
Do we hear this? Like,
I know you're dancing.
I'm just saying, we're in a tiny speakeasy.
Not exactly. Voice is down, just not loud enough to be over the.
We're just talking low, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, it's up to you. Do you want them to be able to overhear you?
That's up to them.
I'm just talking.
No.
I'm not really hiding anything.
You're not hiding that we killed 2 cops?
Edwin, how loud are you playing your jazz flute?
Okay, yeah, we are in public. It's not just us.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it'd be low.
Which is why I said, speak no more. I know about.
Yeah.
So do we want to go with the option of you listen to the say no more?
Sure.
Good boy point. No one turns us into the fucking cops, please.
Sure, you can do a good boy point for that.
I forgot
You can use a good boy point to make
that we're actually where people are, not just us.
Yeah. So we'll say you can use a good boy point to make it so that just alter the narrative slightly that no one was paying attention at that exact moment.
Thank you.
Gracias. But yeah, so things been going on.
Just a feature warning. I would not be so blatantly open about that fact, though.
Yeah, keep forgetting we're back in town. Well, this is my story, along the short version of it anyways. So, what do you think? Something's gonna go down, big old gang war going on.
I've been busy working on this place. It's been a small project I've had with the blessing of the company I work for.
Company.
Construction.
Looks up and down. Yeah, I can see that. Well, suppose if you need a private eye, you know where to find me.
That'll be useful.
Given the office is a bit closed down for the moment, but yeah, we'll see about getting that fixed. Just
They're
need to
leaving
get
a
those.
giant metal dick.
Oh god.
A recall.
Oh. Yep. God. Yeah, just need to get my office back.
So there were 2 others that used to be with your group?
Yeah. Well, let's just say our line of work hasn't been nice to us. Fritz there almost got killed, but well, dead, but he got better. There was it's a story. You might want to take a seat.
No need. We don't have to go into that now. It's just it's not something you hear every day.
We got a couple stories. I'll tell you what. So it all started when we had to fight off some guy that tried to... Fuck, what was it? My brain is buffering so much tonight. Oh, God.
We went in your mind.
It was the clock tower incident.
Yeah.
I mean,
all
it was
started-
the bar shoot up first.
Well,
So
yeah,
it all started when we were in a bar.
as all good boys do.
So it all started in the bar. As the camera pulls back and you see Shamrock retelling just the horrifying tale of just gang shootings going off in the bar, the heroics in totally not running away with Fritz, and just everything going to shit in the city real fast.
Yeah.
And all the
Hey,
exciting
he's embellishing it.
Called out.
Shamrock opens his mouth and it just goes, last time on the Unsung City.
all along.
That's great.
It's like with Lilo and Stitch when he puts his claw on the record and opens his mouth.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Oh, I love it.
Anyway, so at the end of the whole shenanigans, that leaving out anything that might, I assume leaving out anything that might put the whole group in danger.
Just sort of on things that would be a bit more sus, but, stories for a later time.
Yeah. Seems like you've been through a lot, and honestly, I don't trust the Takeda clan as far as I can through them. Never work with them.
Yeah, well, we'll see where Bryn turns her head up. Yeah, not all bad sorts, just a bit aloof.
Can I use... Never mind.
Use what?
I was going to ask if I could use a good boy point to hear any rumors about any of the more extreme practices they practice.
That wouldn't be a good point. That would be a knowledge history.
Okay.
What do you know?
Edwin's probably nearby, right?
Nope.
You know there are
Edwin is-
people.
Edwin is play.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be listening. Never mind.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be
I'm
listening.
asking you about what your deal is.
Apparently, no, this isn't
Yeah,
a
yeah,
good point on, so never mind.
All you know is that you don't trust the Japs, and you have good reason not to. They have had animosity with the Russians since forever.
Yeah.
It's not quite World War II, pre-World War II yet,
I mean-
where they've taken over Korea and they're starting to make moves.
I mean, they had the Russo-Japanese War, so...
I mean, the Japanese are like that scrappy little chihuahua that fights with literally everything, except they
Yeah.
win a lot.
Yes.
Good.
So, yeah.
So, yeah, I wouldn't
you-
those Japs as far as I can
you've
go
got,
up.
like, inherited racial bias against them, but nothing concrete.
All right, so no rumors on like any cultural things that might be extreme or.
Nothing that you can think of.
Okay.
You're like dead set positive that they totally do, but you just can't think of one off the top of your head.
All right.
They eat babies, they do. I mean, I guess.
We do? I mean,
I wouldn't put it-
we do. Oh,
No, but we're gonna wait for them to actually do it?
Well, that is basically the situation, though.
Mm. Well,
But yeah.
I'll keep an eye out for that. He won't. But,
All I'm saying is, if things, depending on how things went, don't hold your hopes up.
yeah, well, either way, if rumors are true, then they're making their way back across the pond, as it were. So, here's hoping
So
don't have
probably
to deal.
any leads you have to your friend are probably gone.
That's kind of versatile, isn't it? Well, I'll hold on to her swords until she gets back then. So what, another round?
Tell you what. Tell you what, you can go ahead and I'm willing to try one of your concoctions. Shoot me one.
No. You get hit for 2d8 damage, you die.
Oh my god!
Oh no. Ooh, I'm brewing good tonight.
You're doing very well tonight. Go ahead and tell me what mixed drink you're making.
No, Shamrock hasn't really had a chance to really cut his chops, but when in doubt, go for a go on Manhattan.
Okay.
I'm just gonna
Any fancy flips and shit, or
he's not the dexterous type. He's just gonna keep it just mechanical precision.
okay, cool. Obviously, man is correct.
Man's used to his tools. In this case, it might be got my brain is just dying.
But he knows how to use them.
A man who knows how to use a tool. I should use the molds, or I should use all this. I shall make a perfect drink. By the books.
So yeah, he goes ahead and shoots.
In the nitric acid? No. That's why it's explosive. No.
I mean, to be fair, you can drink nitric acid, just not advised. Just don't jump.
You can technically swallow alchemist fire. That's not advised either.
I mean, only
Just
if
you.
you're a fucking pussy.
Listen, you can drink anything. Some
least
things
once.
you can only drink once.
Yes.
Yeah.
All mushrooms are edible. Some are only edible once.
Yes. Anyway. So,
Wait,
yeah.
do we still hold on? Wait. Do we still have the cave mushrooms, or did Francis fucking take them with him?
Francis took them with him.
Ah, bastard man.
You have to go to Louisiana to get those.
That's fine.
He'll still have them whenever you talk to him. He'll have like dried them or something.
Forgot about
it's
them.
be good.
It's just like, I don't need this adventuring bag anymore.
Does he just have a farm of those cave mushrooms now?
What?
Does he just have a small farm of those cave mushrooms?
I don't know. I think he like dried them to preserve them or something.
Oh, I was hoping he was going to start a mushroom farm, just making mushroom beer.
What was it? Potato vodka? And
Brandy.
mushroom beer?
It was potato brandy.
It was potato brandy. Now mushroom beer.
Anyway, so yeah, he's gonna take a shot of that thing, and it's gonna take that shot.
Well, it's less a shot, more of a drink.
No, yeah.
I mean,
Never actually had a Manhattan,
his
so.
mouth is probably as big as your fist, so
I mean,
probably
fair. It
would-
could just be a shot.
Yes,
It may or may not be just a shot.
true.
You're right. Well,
But yeah.
however he drinks it.
He consumes the beverage.
Yes. Wow.
Hey, Dimitri, what's your without rolling it? What's your Constitution save?
13. Without rolling,
Without
my
rolling.
con is a 1.
What's your Constitution save though? Are you proficient in it?
No.
Okay,
Which is
so it'd
weird.
be an 11. Okay.
Yep.
I would say, I mean, Shamrock, you weren't going for anything crazy, right?
No, just a
Just something
classic
basic.
drink. Just
Yeah,
it's a bartender's classic.
I think you would be fine.
Okay, especially given size and weight.
Yeah, I don't think
Alright.
you'd have any problems.
I mean, Manhattan's gonna be maybe a shot and a half of whiskey, but that's about it. It's not gonna be something crazy. Or I guess bourbon's technically with whiskey, but
400 pounds, 7 feet.
I feel like
You got enough
you
mass.
would be fine
Yeah.
consuming this beverage.
Oh yeah. So, ooh, that is really good. I second that. If you need a side gig, we're more than happy to employ you.
Yeah, like I said, I'll keep that in mind. But for now, I got some of my own business to keep taking care of.
Which is totally understandable.
So it's not just going to fade to black, or are we just going to keep on going here?
I'm just wondering what else.
I mean, players have told the DM that they want as much time to RP as they'd like. So whenever you.
Oh yeah, so I'm just asking the others.
Unless someone else wants to take over.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Edwin is busy playing the flute.
Yeah. I'll corner him later.
Maria actually respects your flute playing, so.
Maybe she'll even learn his name one of these days.
Flute player.
Yeah.
She'll probably
let's
just
not go
say
that
Eddie
far.
to be safe.
Hey, flute
Eddie.
boy.
Good job, Gerald.
Yeah.
All right, but so we ready to move the scene onward?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
think so.
We'll move on to later in the evening at some point.
So, it is now later in the evening.
Some point.
The bar has all the patrons have left, and you guys are sitting around, plotting your plots. How are you moving? I assume that we move past the point where, I think you kind of just and now you're here, so you're joining my crime family, as if they didn't have a choice, which they don't. So now, it's time to plot how you're going to move forward into your new territory, or grab the territory thereof.
Well, I don't think we're ready to do any grabbing. Right now, we need to build up, at least get a basic business going, get some capital in here.
We also need information on. I also need to gather a better I need to get more information on who's doing what to get an understanding of the overall dynamic.
Well, the best advertisement would really be word of mouth. So we need to make sure that this place is someplace that people will talk about, and that they'll talk about it kindly. So I think, Miss Maria, I had proposed many things to you in the past about getting more accurate distribution channels for better alcohol and for getting better supplies. We really shouldn't just be using drink mixes. And also for getting the word out, we should really start looking into acquiring those things.
All right, you know what? You played your flute so well tonight. I will do one of those things.
Oh my god.
That sounds like boring.
You choose which one is most important to you.
Oh no!
I think that we should acquire better ingredients.
Didn't you say
All
you
right,
had
well,
a
we'll
friend?
do that then.
Didn't you say?
Go get some.
Oh
Go
god.
get some.
Come on. I'm assuming
Does this place have like a little Italy that we could go to? I don't know.
There is a little
Like a market, we can haggle a little bit.
Shamrock, you said you had a friend in that in that field.
Yeah, Francis. He retired from the let's just call it an adventuring business. Once he found his wife and kid.
Any
Good
chance
guy.
any chance we could get at least some small amounts from him?
I'll put in some calls.
All right. It'd be fine if it, no, I don't want to put him at risk.
Do you want to ring up Francis?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Okay. Francis. You're
Hi.
You're sitting at your fireplace, sipping a brandy.
Yep.
As you usually do before bed. Your wife is sitting across from you. She seems to be knitting whatever wives knit. Probably a doily or a scarf or something. You're not really sure about how knitting works. But she's doing something that makes her happy, and that's the important part. And the phone rings.
All right, Francis will go over and answer the phone. Hello.
Hello. Is Francis or? Fuck, what's his last
Is
name?
that Shamrock I hear over there? How have you been?
Oh, got the right number. God, that lady was angry. Yeah, I'm good. It's been an interesting couple of months. God. Well, hope it didn't catch you at a bad time.
Not at all.
Yeah. Quick question. You still doing the running business?
Not exactly. I've been after the my wife and son came back, the Luciano set us up with an estate. So we're more like dock masters now. We're managing the territory. One of the routes that they take when they during the distribution.
That's fair. That's fair. Well, good to see you put up well then. I suppose you can put me in contact with someone that still is running then. Use some crates here and there.
Well, why don't you ask Vanessa? I thought you all got along well.
Well, let's just say there was a falling out a couple months back.
I mean, sorry, DM point of order, timeout. You're still good.
Yeah,
Shamrock's
Shamrock
still
is
fine.
good.
Shamrock's still fine.
I mean, yeah. Given recent elucidations have put Shamrock in a bit more of a bitter light with the current families. Because the Montellos were at her table. The Montellos know or knew where Clover was.
Yeah.
Shamrock's a bit cagey with them right now.
Yeah, so yeah, she said like, Shamrock, you're fine. Everyone else, we don't want to know you anymore. So
It's not like she'll just say, "Oh, hi, yeah, we'll give you." Yeah, either, you know.
yeah, no, but like if Shamrock like wanted to go to her for a favor at some point in the future, or just to talk to her, like he wouldn't be turned away out of spite or just like out of hand.
Yeah.
I guess is the word.
No, just
At least have a foot in the door, if nothing
Yeah,
else.
like, you're just like point of order. You are technically still okay in their books.
we know.
Yeah.
We knew that.
Well, I don't know that I can help you personally if you're on bad terms with her, but I might be able to give you some names of some people.
That'd be appreciated, friend. Thanks.
I'm assuming that Francis knows other distilleries and stuff like that were bought and sold around, so he could maybe get them in touch with some people that.
Yeah, I'm sure that you like, you still got your skin in the game. It's just, or your nose in the game, but it's not your skin in the game anymore. But you still got your finger on the pulse.
Yeah. He'll give him some names of some people that might be able to work with some independence.
It's
you know what I'm
up to
saying?
you if you want to risk giving them your best friend's name or not. Like,
Well, he got bought by the Lucianos, right? Didn't
I mean, they were in a deal to like,
right.
We're gonna buy everything you make. But
He's gonna give him the names of other people other than that. Then,
like, it's up to you if you want to like try to come, like, how do I say this? Which is more important to you, like the Lucianos or Shamrock?
I think he's trying to stay out of it. I think he's trying to stay neutral right now, and he's trying to like help him out, but not like do it while stepping on the Luciano's toes. If that makes sense.
I mean, you got a family to think of.
Yeah. So he's gonna give him some names of some people that he's not directly like
old
with.
Jeb up in the hills who has a still.
Yeah.
And you know, this one farm that's like a corn farm that they brew their own ethanol and that kind of thing.
Just need some places to buy some stock so we have something, at least enough so we can get our own stills up and going at some point. Is that fair? We want to start getting at least like control some of our costs, try and get this through. But yeah, that's my thought anyways.
Okay.
Yeah, so Francis will hook him up with some names and some numbers he can call.
Yeah, fair enough. Thanks, Fran. Well, say hi to Mrs. for me.
Will do.
Fritz just tugging at Shamrock's jacket. Is that Francis? Is that Francis? Is that Francis? Is that Francis?
Hold on. The kid wants to talk to you. Just,
No, he's not gonna. He's
Right.
just gonna push the phone back into your hand and just scream into the receiver. Hi, Francis.
You can tell the kid that I said hi.
he says hi back.
You all make sure you're staying safe now. You don't want to be getting into any more trouble like down in the mine.
Yeah. Trust me, keeping my nose clean on that front. Still gotta do a little bit looking here and there, but definitely sticking away from that Underdark shit.
That's a smart move. Anything else you need from me now, man? You sound like you're trying to get something started.
Well, let's just say things about to get a little ugly in the city, so just keep your head down, just keep an eye out for everything.
Well, you don't need to tell me that twice.
Not gonna lie, it's gonna be a little bit of a clusterfuck soon. Looks like Lucianos are not as stable as they once were, and all the other families are moving into Bite.
Yeah, we've been having some trouble with things like that around here.
Yeah. Currently, looks like I'm gonna be working with a lady called Maria, who's trying to make her way into it.
Maria.
Yeah. She was
Maria.
What was that?
I just met a girl named Maria.
Yeah, Maria Romano. She's a
What's
daughter
that
of one of
story?
the bigwigs elsewhere. Nope, never watched it.
You fucking uncultured swine.
I at least know the song, but I've seen bits of it.
Mm.
I can't believe I know you people.
You know me? Oh my god.
It's the straights, man. No culture.
I know, right?
Hey.
Yeah, Maria Romano. She's a daughter of some bigwig. Trying to make her name for herself. So, yeah.
I think I remember hearing Vanessa rant about somebody said like that at one point. That was a while back.
Yeah, probably about 2 months back.
That sounds about right.
Yeah, it sounds about right. Well, don't worry about it. She's a decent sort of a type.
Well,
she's all right.
Well, I'm glad that you're doing better. You made any progress with finding Clover?
Well, I took a vacation to Venice and the tune of that, but so far nothing.
Venice?
Yeah, turns out Montello's asked him to go look for some ring of some doge, and took him over to Venice, and well, got a clue, but no idea where the hell it leads me.
Well, keep me posted. If there's anything I can do to help, feel free to ask.
Yeah, it'll do. Thanks, friend. Well, don't let me keep staying here there. Have a good evening now.
Bye, Francis.
Yeah, the kid says bye.
You can tell the kid that I say bye back.
He says bye back.
Yeah.
I've missed this so much and I didn't know it until now.
Well, you stay safe now, too.
Yeah.
And,
Take care.
Yeah, take care. And he hangs
Bye,
up.
Francis. Bye, Francis.
Who was that, hon?
Oh, that was a friend of mine from back in Chicago. It's nothing important. He was just asking about some things. Checking in and see how we're doing.
She keeps knitting. So I was thinking of green drapes for the sitting room. What do you think? She continues on. Back with the others.
Back with the others.
All right.
So you hang up the phone.
So, okay, sorry.
Jamrock.
Right. Yes.
You hang up the phone.
So, and what do your friends say?
Well, he gave me some names. People I can ask around about.
All right.
Probably won't be anything that crazy, but it should get us at least through the initial periods.
Couldn't be
That's
worse. No offense, Maria, but it couldn't be worse than what we have right now.
I will admit, I allowed Eddie to lead me astray.
Oh my god!
I love Maria.
Eddie, you
Also
redeemed
wants
yourself
to
tonight with the jazz flute. I really liked it. I want you to do it again. You don't have to sit in your closet anymore.
Well, that's very nice of you, Miss Maria. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Unfortunately, he wanted to stay in his closet. Now he's forced out.
Yeah, he's a little like he's not letting it show, but he's a little disappointed by that.
Yeah. Well, all that said, though, this is more of a band-aid than a fix. We'll have to find our own means of production soon enough.
And
Maker speakeasy.
yeah, you don't have to worry about word of mouth shit. I got that taken care of.
Oh, you're the best.
Gives her a wink.
That's what all the men scream when I'm done with them.
And the ladies.
And the ladies.
Everyone.
And those of indeterminate genders.
Oh, God.
So,
Well, suppose that's a game plan for now.
While that happens, I'm assuming it's nighttime right now, so he can't go out and like buy shit that's like not illegal ingredients. But
I mean, this is Chicago. It's not quite the city that never sleeps, but there's definitely a few people with insomnia. Let's put it that way. The city's got partial insomnia.
okay, can he go out and buy things like tonic water and like other stuff that's not alcohol that's used in making drinks?
Citrus.
Since we clearly don't have any, some citrus.
This is actually a point that from history. They couldn't sell alcohol. That's illegal. But they could sell you a kit that says, buy this grape juice and definitely don't leave it in the closet in the dark after putting this packet in for 2 days, winky face. And as always, you could go down to the local rabbi for some sacramental wine.
Doctor, I'm sick. You know what the only cure is? Whiskey. Okay, I'll write your prescription. Here you go.
Do some heroin about it. Microdose some cocaine about it.
Okay, let's not all go the Fritz method here.
No, that was
Oh, should we have heroin? Should we stack that?
I don't think heroin is really
Eddie, write that down.
part. No, I don't think heroin's really the party drug you're looking for, but I do have an opium dealer if you want that.
I mean, yeah, you do have a dealer.
Yeah.
I mean, you haven't seen him in months, but
yeah.
I'm sure it's
We've
fine.
never been in the country. How am I supposed to buy opium from my opium dealer if I'm not in the country to do the opium?
That sounds like your problem.
It is.
All right.
Speaking of which, when's the last time you actually did an illicit substance?
When Nadia was still living with him, probably. We haven't been anywhere. We haven't been in the city, Jeffrey.
I
We've
think
been in
formerly
Colorado.
wasn't formerly the one who was the addict, not Fritz.
No, we both are.
Fritz,
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately.
has at least sampled every drug that was on the market as of like last year.
He's a social. He's a
He's a
social.
social cocaine.
Social teetotaler.
Yeah.
You know,
Coke is good for when you want to be happy, peppy, dance a lot. It's good for dance nights. Opium is for when you really don't want to sleep with someone, but you have to anyways.
The poppy flower.
Just sleep through it. They'll hopefully leave money on the nightstand. Maybe.
On a side note, let me see something.
Green.
Okay.
Side note.
Sword nod.
Okay. Yeah. So you can
Okay.
find like the stuff to turn into alcohol, but they would never sell you alcohol. Wink. But if you just happen to
I
like,
see.
leave this in your closet for 2 weeks, I definitely wouldn't drink it because it might make you feel funny. Wink.
Right.
Also, interestingly enough, the consumption of alcohol is not illegal.
Oh.
The
Mhm.
the
Yeah,
purchase
it's not-
of alcohol is not illegal. The
Yeah,
sale
it's not legal to
of
have alcohol.
It's not illegal to drink alcohol. It's not illegal to buy alcohol. It is illegal to sell alcohol.
Interesting.
Yes. So
All right.
there's a lot of bars that got by just seeing the writing on the wall and buying up a shit ton of alcohol and keeping it in their stores, and that saw them through the entire thing. And what they would do was something like what the Midnight Maiden is doing, from rumors, which is you pay like, $5 for peanuts and you get a free pint of beer.
Interesting.
We're not selling alcohol, officer. That's illegal.
Well, Edwin will go out and buy the non-alcohol stuff that's needed. Since we've already got some alcohol already, and we've already got Shamrock who's getting more alcohol from Francis's connections. So he's going to get the non-alcohol stuff that they need for like
I'll
ingredients.
give you a little bit of a hint. Your best
Yeah.
bet right now is to get Shamrock to set up a still and actually distill the shit alcohol that you have into decent alcohol. Then you can start making a profit on it.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, so we get the Band-Aid alcohol from Francis' guys. Then we get a still set up, and then we start brewing our own, essentially.
Yeah, well, I mean,
all right.
what you're doing right now was you're like distilling it. You're taking some of the water, you're taking the watered down alcohol and making it not crap.
Okay.
Because this is all about growing your image. So you would know from your lengthy training that the best thing to do right now is to improve your image is to not serve shit alcohol while you get good alcohol in. And so,
Alright.
I mean, you could get your own stuff to start brewing and everything. Like, copper vessels and shit can be passed off as something else at a hardware store and assembled, however you need it.
Yeah, it's like, hey, it's not like you don't have an artificer that can sort of make shit.
Yeah, but right now what you absolutely must do is take everything except the wine, because the wine's fine, and make it not crap.
Alright.
So yeah,
fair enough.
Okay. So then we'll get ingredients and stuff that we need so that Shamrock can do that.
Yeah, and it's like Edwin can get the ingredients for like the actual stuff. Shamrock can go get the materials for the like all the brewery setup.
Mm-hmm.
Okie dokie.
Really,
you
we
know
just need a
what?
place though.
How deep do we want to get into the nuts and bolts of this? Because this
Wouldn't
is
say
starting to
too deep.
sound like the downtime business rules from Pathfinder.
Yeah.
And I
Mhm.
can
Mm.
resurrect those in a 5e format if you guys actually want to like get into the nitty gritty of the management aspect.
I kind of don't want to.
This is however much you guys want to.
I mean, like, eventually we can hand it over to someone else who can, do
We
the.
should get off the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just.
Yeah, so
Yeah, middle stage, and then we can expand.
With the seed money that Maria has from the little bit she's been doing, you guys have enough to get started.
okay.
Okay.
I mean, Maria's not bad with business. She just doesn't know. It's not that she.
The business sense. She doesn't have the education
Like-
to apply it.
Yeah, I mean, like
Mhm.
the above ground business, the clothes store and the jewelry and everything is selling like hotcakes. Because Maria actually knows that. She doesn't know anything about running a speakeasy.
Hmm.
If anything, Maria's the kind of person who would be a customer at a speakeasy. Am I wrong?
No, this is correct.
Yeah. So, like, with most speakeasies are like, yeah, our store is like does okay money, and then hold on, I need to get some actual music going on because this has been quiet for too long.
Alright.
Quiet.
So,
Too quiet.
Yeah. So yeah. So Maria's Maria's one of those people who is a consumer.
Here we go.
Sorry. So yeah. Yeah, so Maria's like not incompetent. She just doesn't have experience in this area. So once
Alright.
she
Yeah.
learns, like she'll be, a force to be reckoned with because she's got good business sense. She's got a good head on her shoulders.
Okay, question. Did we ever decide on a family name?
That's how.
Richard's gonna be Romano, but
Yeah.
unless Mary wants to do something different.
I'm not sure if Maria was trying to break away from her family or not.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that actually.
Yeah, because what I'm going to say is another way to spread name of the family in general is to actually use my side gig as a fighter in the pits or whatever, and spread it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the fuck Lucianos is not necessarily the best family name to go with.
That's the private. That's the family motto. Is fuck the Lucianos.
I could just see it now, like 20 generations down the road. It'd be like the last of the Lucianos are being like decimated, and you just go, why? Why are you doing this to us? And they're like, you snubbed,
Luciano.
you snubbed the head of your family, the acting head of your family snubbed. Minorly snubbed the head of the founder of our family in front of a few people.
Yeah,
Petty as
and
fuck.
we're petty. What do you mean?
We're petty.
And now this is what you get.
Don't be a little bitch then. Shit.
Fuck around and find out.
So
Ugh.
So,
I
yeah,
did have.
I was thinking if I actually try to go in and represent in that fashion, it would help get our name out in the underground circuit in a way that doesn't involve the speakeasies.
Yeah, I did
Also-
have a little fun and sexy idea though that does involve the speakeasy, which is obviously we can't really do anything, and no offense to you, Maria, you've done a wonderful job. This dump, but once we get a bigger place.
Hey, I made this place. Not my fault I didn't have much space to work with.
So
Yeah.
you guys have a couple options. You can try obtaining a legitimate business with a bigger basement. You could try building your own, which is going to cost you more and take longer. Or you could just raid someone else's place and take it over.
That is a third option. But anyway you slice it, once we obtain a place, we could have an event. Eh?
Well, it's a speakeasy. Imagine me plenty of
I like the
events.
sands of that.
Are you saying to start our own fighting ring?
No, ew, God, no. What? How did you get that? No, I mean like a...
Ring at the bottom.
No, I'm talking like a party.
Okay.
You got bite on the brain there, guy.
What have you been doing? Shut up.
Well, suppose once we get to that stage, we can cross that bridge. But right now, we just need to be able to make ends meet with the business here.
Mm-hmm.
As I said,
So,
your options are the slow way, the medium way, and the fast way. The slow way is you build your own place from the ground up. That's going to cost a lot of money that you don't have right now. And you need building permits and need to find a location and all sorts of other stuff. The benefit of that way is that you have no previous association with the underworld. Like it's just a building.
our footprint's small.
So it's your crime footprint is small. The medium way is that you acquire a pre-made building, like that was for sale somewhere. The downside is that you have no idea, like you're at the mercy of the housing market for that, so to speak. So it could be, it could be a place that makes coffins that has a basement, and that's what you're going to be associated with because that's what you got. The third option is the fast way, which is you just do a smash and grab, and you kick down the door and you steal their shit, and you say, "This is mine now," and that's that.
Question.
Yes.
Answer.
In the time that have I personally heard any news of the Renzetti family?
The Renzetti family?
Yeah.
Aside from the fact that they're making moves, the Renzettis tend to kind of they make their money from the red light districts.
Yes, I'm aware.
So they're trying to where the ice house is, by the way.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. Is if we start moving in on where we already have territory, the ice house, we can
It's
start
the ice box.
Yeah, we can
Is the ice box?
we can start clearing that place out and making it safe. You get what I'm saying?
It is the ice box. You're right. I'm sorry. Yeah. If you want to take over their territory, then you gotta pick a target and hit it.
Yeah.
If you want to make a name for yourself, you hit a big one. If you want to make progress, but you don't want to draw the ire too quickly, you hit a small one. How flamboyant is Maria?
Unfortunately, Maria is very flamboyant.
Okay, so Maria's gonna insist on going full diva on this probably, and she's gonna want the best one, the fanciest one, the one with the big basement.
Yeah, I don't think we're any place to start any moves like that.
Yeah.
It depends. How good is your team?
There's 5 of us. We need to get more people. So, word of mouth first.
6.
Remember
If
the
you count
smash and grab
formally.
at the beginning. Remember the smash and grab at the beginning. It wasn't a very big team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
This is
also,
You have to start with
Listen.
one smash and grab. And
True.
Yeah, this isn't just smash and grab. This is smash and take.
yeah, smash and
Take
grab.
no.
It's
Is that
in,
right?
in military terms, this would be the equivalent of holding territory, not a raid.
Yeah, it's not raid. This is full assault.
here's my question. What kind of reputation do we want to have? Because the way that I see it, we have 2 more different options, which are, if we do end up taking this place, do we want to go in loud with our faces showing and have our reputation be frontal brutality? Or do we want to absolutely silently decimate them? Because I think the second one's kind of sexy, but
I kind of want it to be like patrons just show up there one day and it's like, oh my god, who's that behind the bar? She's so pretty, and like they just accept it and go with it.
yeah, so you want to silently replace them, which is pretty cool. I mean, that's pretty cool.
So there is so it's about reputation, right? So if you make a reputation for someone who gets with, I mean, it's what's your level in the spin doctor class? You can spin pretty much anything as being in your favor if you're a good enough spin doctor. Do you want to spin it as I'm taking over and I'm such hot shit because they couldn't do anything about it? Or do you want to spin doctor it a different way? It's kind of up to you.
I like the idea that we
Yeah.
took them out and they didn't even get a chance to fucking scream.
Okay.
You know?
So like a Persona 5 never see me coming.
they never saw it coming. You'll see that our collective mind is too fast for eyes.
I need to see if I can find a jazz cover of that song.
It already is a jazzy song.
Well, yeah.
But I'm pretty sure that I would get slapped around by YouTube if I did that.
Oh, guaranteed.
Oh yeah, no. The fact that we already got copywritten once, astounding to me. Yeah, I saw.
Yeah, but still. Backup flags are coming in.
1920, 1921 is a free game.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
So,
yeah,
yeah,
1921 version of Persona. Here we go.
Yeah. You know, that version of Persona that was around in 1920.
Yeah.
So we got the Falcones, which no one likes. They make their money from casinos and gambling. The Montellos, they make their money from extortion and protection schemes. The Renzettis, they make their money from prostitution. They run the red light districts. And the Lucianos, who you are in direct competition with. The Lucianos
So-
are kind of top dog right now in terms of like prestige. They're the highest rank mob family in town. The Renzettis are a decent pick if you wanted to go that way because of they recently just lost their capo.
Point.
Yeah,
Let's hit them all down.
Yeah, the way I see it, it's either the Renzettis or the Falcones. The Falcones, we've had, you know,
Have the most remaining people because they're the one that made the hit.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
if you took out the Falcones, no one would slap you.
yeah.
They might even help you.
Well, if we're going to go for it one, I think.
As long as we're not moving in on Vanessa's turf, I think she'd even be willing to pass a side eye at us still being in town if we took out the Falcones.
Just don't forget, they're still in talks with each other. I mean, hell.
Yeah.
Damn Montellos were at fucking Vanessa's table when she turned us loose.
Well,
Honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, the Montellos are probably how she even has any shit on us, you know?
It won't see me bat an eye if something happens to them. Same time, Falcon's probably going to be our best bet just because no one's going to move in if we try anything against them. No alliances or anything.
Yes. Did you say that it all started with the Falcon? So wouldn't it be a nice round out to just start with it there?
Not wrong.
I mean, we fucked up killing him once, might as well give it a second shot. Not you, Sham, you did an excellent job.
Wait, are we killing somebody?
No,
Oh
just once we're ready to expand, see which family we're going to push out of the way.
I mean, hold on. This is your first time doing any of this stuff, right?
Well, I was in the prison when we went
That was your first time doing any of this shit?
Oh, well, yes, I worked at the library.
He's gonna just very casually slink his way over and put a hand on Edwin's shoulder and just say, "You gotta get really used to. You really gotta get really used to listening to people talk about how other people are gonna die. Like, it's fucked up, and we all know it's fucked up, but it's like, unaddressed."
Well,
We should
If you do have plans for this, Fritz, you did go to the fairly sizable Falcone establishment that one time.
I did. I've been to the casino.
Mm-hmm.
I fucked up at the casino, but I've been there.
You know where it is.
I do.
It was
And,
pretty cool.
I mean, we could talk to Big Mick. I don't want to talk to Big Mick. I really don't want to talk to Big Mick after what happened.
Wait, what happened?
So, Big Mick and a couple of other guys were planning. Oh my god. Listen, I know I'm stupid, but please don't laugh at me too much for this. So, Big Mick and a bunch of guys were saying that they were going to go to the opera. And because I'm me, I thought that they were, going to the opera. And I like the opera. And I was like, I can weasel some opera tickets out of this large man who can't get any better than me. So I asked him if I could go with them. And then they went to one of the Falcone's casinos. And I had just gotten a new sword. So I tried to stab him with the sword. And I missed. And Big Mick came up behind him with a Tommy gun and kind of splattered him all over me. And then we ran. It wasn't a good. It was. It was not a good night.
That sounds about right.
I had on my
I'm
nice
sure.
opera gloves and everything. I looked so nice. And then
I'm
all
sure.
of my shit got covered in person parts.
Yeah,
Oh, that's tragic. I hate when that happens.
Dimitri, you know Theuscan, so you know that,
That was what I would owe about.
yeah, take him to the opera was slang for put a hit on him.
Oh my god, I couldn't even get any of the blood out of the dress because it was 80% beating, and it was just so fucking tragic. I paid so much goddamn money for that fucking dress and didn't even get to fucking wear it to the goddamn opera.
Well, I mean, someone paid money for that dress.
Money that I earned.
Yeah, you earned it in some manner or other.
Semantics. Well, I'm sure Big Mick isn't too sore about it.
As
We'll
you
talk.
recall, Big Mick gave you the credit for the kill.
Yeah, he was
offered
trying
you
to be
his-
nice to me.
I mean, at least
He's a good guy.
in front of everyone else, he said, "Wow, you really iced that guy."
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll deal with him later. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, so I know
Now-
one of the Falcon's places, but
We'll put a pin in that one for later.
I don't know. Hey, Maria, you want to get into the fucking casino business? I don't know shit about cards.
That's
I
true.
mean, I play a
You
little
don't.
bit. Never actually been to like a real casino though. I kind of just play with my brothers, so.
Maria, tell me,
Exactly.
how often do you win against your brothers?
Well, I win a lot. However, I'm positive it's because I am the best at cards.
Of course.
However, out of
I mean,
character,
how would you not be?
her oldest brother lets her win all the time.
Okay. But Maria's positive she's great at cards.
Maria thinks she is the best at cards, yes.
Okay.
Like she's the best at making cocktails.
Oh, the best.
I'm
Just
the
like-
best at many things that I do.
Just like Shamrock is pretty good at making cocktails, and also probably pretty good at counting cards.
I wouldn't do that. Counting cards is illegal.
It's only illegal if you caught.
Was counting cards a thing at this point? When did that mathematician figure out how to do that?
It was like 50s, if I'm right.
It doesn't take a fucking genius to figure out how to memorize which cards are on the table when you're a robot.
When you're a robot and you have perception of yes.
Counting cards is specifically assigning a certain number of a certain
1862 actually.
is
The
assigning a
first person
certain
to
card
count.
a plus, a minus, or a 0, and then like using that number to determine it. It's all like trying to compartmentalize the chances of doing it. Whereas Shamrock could probably just like list off all of the cards that had been on the table in the past hour from his memory banks.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Honestly, I'm not surprised. I would not be surprised if you had just given him the edited memory feed from the beginning.
I mean, he's got good intelligence.
Perception of yes.
Yeah. I got perception of yes. I can get by. I don't need to be back memory yet.
Alright,
Salsa drives on the way.
So, short-term plan is to set up a still and start making decent quality merchandise.
Yeah.
Midterm plan is to stake out likely suspects and hire some help, as well hire some muscle, as well
Well, hire some.
as well as
Okay.
get some supply lines.
Yeah.
Edwin-
plan.
Edwin has some experience with watching crime families to see what they're doing inconspicuously, so he can probably keep an eye out on whoever it is that we're going after and look for the places that would be best to hit.
Long-term plan is to actually do a hit on the casino. Now it is.
That seems about right.
Now, how many of you are actually from Europe? Just the two, I think. No, 3.
I'm from this area.
I'm from Idaho.
Edwin's from Europe, I believe, from Britain.
Edwin
no.
is from England.
My character is
From
technically. My character is second generation Russian, so he was born here.
So just
And I was born in the United States as well.
You were? Okay. So just
Yeah.
Edwin, go
Yeah.
ahead and make me history check with advantage.
18.
Well, it's
Nice.
great that you had that advantage.
Yeah.
So, you suddenly remember something that's coming up very quick.
Oh.
It's October 28th, and in about 3 days, it's going to be Samhain.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
It's what?
Sabbath.
No,
No,
Samhain.
Samhain.
Oh, Samhain.
Halloween.
Oh.
I mean, it's Halloween.
Sorry, hold on, wait. Let's say it real American. Sam Hain.
Sam Hain.
Sam who?
Hain.
All right. What is the significance of that right now to me?
Out of character. Remember the chains to the graveyard?
Yeah.
Oh.
Something's been percolating in the back of your brain. Remember the chains in the graveyard?
Oh no.
Samhain is the time of year where the boundary between this realm and the afterlife is thinnest.
Alright, let's go to the fucking church and get some
Happy
holy
New
water.
Year.
You don't have to do anything with this knowledge. I'm just letting you know, like, this is a hook that you guys can use if you want to. I'm gonna place this.
Might be
in
best
front
just
of you,
to-
and it's up to you if you want to engage with it or not. So
I-
probably take care of it, maybe.
I'm assault out of character, but maybe a good idea just so the city isn't entirely in chaos as we're starting a gang war.
Yeah.
I
Fine.
kind of wanna not do it and see what happens. Honestly,
Oh,
Is
no.
that weird? Is it weird that I just want to see what happens? Like us focus on the gang stuff and then like
Play
undead
more
start
rubbing
showing
off
up.
on you.
I'm supposed to be the one to make those decisions, damn it!
Here's the first things first, I don't want to make any concrete decisions because we're not all here, but also I don't want anything bad to happen to Chicago as a whole, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
We
at
did
least
it.
it's
We
one thing,
saved
but there's, like,
Chicago as it burns
civilian.
down around us.
There's civilian.
I
Can't let
mean,
that happen.
This is completely up to you.
all right.
You guys aren't heroes. You don't work for the MCD. You're not cops. You're just people. You don't have
True.
to take on this issue if you don't want to. I'm just letting you know that this is an event that's happening in the world. It's moving around you. If you choose to engage with it, that's up to you.
All right. So in character, Edwin notes that Samhain is coming up.
Yeah, and
And-
that like radio ad like it's been tickling in the back of your brain like, oh, Samhain's
Edwin
coming
was
up.
not in the room when that radio had happened, so he would not be tickling in the back of the head.
Oh, okay.
for that.
So yeah, it just
Oh.
occurred to you that Samhain.
Well, that's unfortunate.
All right. Well then. Okay.
Yeah, normally Father and I would be getting together to go, you know, pay our respects in the old traditions.
All right. Yeah, I'm not sure how to bring that up in character to everybody right now. I'm not sure where the in character conversation is at this point.
I mean,
I mean,
you could be Edwin and just like say it. Oh, hey, you know, it's Samhain soon.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Miss Maria, I need some time off. Do you have paid
No, he's
time?
not going to take time off.
Accrued enough PTO.
I'm like, heard enough PTO in 2 months.
After 2 weeks.
Fair, she
yeah.
did ask, it's just she's going to say no.
Yeah, but you could totally just like, in character, just be like, yeah, it is Samhain coming up, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess while we're all talking about all this stuff, Edwin will go, by the way, did you all know that Samhain is coming up? It's a very exciting time. I wonder, do Americans celebrate this holiday as well?
Wait, what? Sorry, my parents didn't teach me much about the old ways. They wanted to keep me They wanted to make sure I didn't have I had as little influence as possible, given my, shall I say, shit, give me a second.
Hell's a saw, Wayne.
Okay. Given my demographic, they wanted to make sure I had as little influence as possible from the home country.
Oh well, it's originally a Gaelic tradition. It is sort of like a harvest festival, and it oftentimes people like to say that it's when souls are the afterlife and the mortal world are most closely connected.
How close are we talking here?
Well, in 3 days.
No, I mean, how close are the...
boundaries?
Well, there are many legends and myths about
Short version.
spirits crossing over into this world and interacting in ways that they wouldn't normally be able to. And
Okay.
things like that.
So Dimitri takes the biggest breath possible and just shouts, "Fuck!"
Ow.
It's not. It's just a tradition. It's not anything bad. There's nothing wrong with it.
Wait, you. Oh shit!
It's like what? It's like fucking Walpurgisnacht.
Zoom tight.
One. That was very rude.
I believe it's somewhat similar to that. Yes, it's.
Do you remember the news? The news from earlier.
But they haven't found us yet. And
No,
they
yeah,
thought
yeah.
we left the country because we left the country?
Yeah,
How was
that
that?
is Walpurgisnacht.
No, it's not the same day.
It's,
No.
well, it's April 30th. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it was like last week.
Graveyard.
Oh, that sucks.
Uh,
Cool. Well, I guess we gotta fucking kill some zombies or some shit first.
Nice knowing you guys.
well,
Ugh.
someone get a shotgun and a shovel.
What's happening?
Someone was a graveyard. Long story
We
short.
can't take over Chicago if there's no Chicago to take over.
Yeah.
So long story short, someone's been cutting the chains and graffitiing all over the graveyard.
Would I
And,
know? Would I understand the significance of cutting the chains?
I'm pretty sure that you would know.
Okay.
As a bard, what's your passive Arcana check?
Uh,
15 or something.
I have 8 in Arcana right now. I think I have advantage on Arcana checks, though. I don't know.
So your passive Arcana is an 18. So yeah, you would know. So cold iron is used, wrapped around, like it's embedded into the walls, and they wrap the graveyard in chains to keep the restless dead resting, so to speak.
Okay.
Someone is going around and cutting the chains and inscribing strange symbols in red paint on the walls near the gates.
Oh.
Here's my question also. What? We could just, like, get some new fucking chains and close the goddamn gate, and then just, like, on the night, just have someone fucking sitting there, and if they try to cut the goddamn chains, we can go, no. How about you don't do that?
Well, I
That's
believe
what
the
More than one
chains-
graveyard. How many graveyards are there in Chicago?
Let's
Uh,
How
would
many
assume a
graveyards
lot.
are in Chicago?
I don't know.
48
19.
cemeteries.
Oh, is that
How
all?
many of them have been semi-recently opened, though?
You would not know.
Yeah, exactly.
All you have
Hell.
all you have is like one radio broadcast mentioning it offhand.
I think it means like how
Oh, I
many.
meant recently opened after 1920.
Oh,
Yeah, like in the real world, how many?
How many were there in
recently opened.
1920 as opposed to now?
Graceland Cemetery is a large historic garden cemetery in uptown Chicago that was established in 1860.
Yeah, I'm looking at dates. There's a lot of 1800 ones, but there's also a lot of ones from like 1950s. So who knows?
Let's say at least 20.
Okay.
At least 20 were around back then. Also, Edwin, you know these aren't just like regular ass iron chains. These are cold iron chains.
Well, if we were going to do that, we would need to buy cold iron. Regular chains won't do the trick, I'm afraid.
That'd be
Okay,
expensive and probably hard to get hold of.
I mean,
Wouldn't it just be easier to kill some zombies?
yeah.
Just 2 cents here, but maybe we find the guy that's cutting the chains and all that before he
him.
cuts. Okay, we'll talk about the killing part, but definitely stopping him.
Maria, have you ever been in actual combat?
No, but she's seen it, and it's exciting.
Okay.
Oh,
My poor
a
sister.
precious babby. Just,
I
oh yeah, we'll kill him, said to the soldier.
how much would cold iron cost? 'Cause I look at you, hon, I look at you. I would know.
Yes,
What's that backstory? I know about specialized metals.
cold iron. So cold iron version of a suit of armor or melee weapon costs 5,000 GP more than normal. So, yeah.
Whatever a normal chain costs, an extra 5,000 GP. Because cold iron
Yes.
I
isn't
don't
just
have enough for
cold
that.
worked metal. Cold iron is straight up asteroid metal.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Cold
Space.
iron is space.
Which only the Fae know about.
Space sword.
Yeah.
Only really the Fae or the people that the Fae interact with and tell know what's so special about cold iron. You just know it's incredibly expensive.
Yeah.
Would Edwin know legends about what makes it so fancy?
Why don't
And
you do a history check for me?
Hmm.
Yes,
so 22.
Edwin would definitely know legends about the cold iron being especially effective against the undead, outsiders, and Fae. So angels, demons, Fae, undead, vampires hate it.
Would he know like theories as to why?
It's theorized in books that he would know the real world myths about cold iron, which
Okay.
are out of character all wrong.
Okay.
The actual reason out of character is because it's not of this planet, so it's antithesis or antithetical to to magic and creatures that rely on lots of magic from this plane, or require lots of magic to be in this plane, such as outsiders or undead.
Okay.
So it's just by existing. It's like, I don't want to say like anti-magic matter, but kind of. Like it's really harmful. Like if you wanted to trap a mage, you would make cuffs with cold iron on the inside, because it just touching their skin would make it hurt to cast magic.
Okay.
So Magebane cuffs have cold iron in them. As a matter of fact, Magebane cuffs used by the MCD, not that you know this, have spikes on the inside tipped with cold iron, so it digs into the skin whenever they try to cast magic.
Oh, interesting.
So you would know all of the real world legends about Fae and cold iron, like it's their bane and it harms them, and even a Fae Lord can be laid low by like a pig sticker made out of cold iron.
Oh, yeah.
And they can't come into areas with large concentrations of cold iron, and so on and so forth.
Wouldn't those all be true to a degree? Wouldn't those all be true to a degree?
They would all be true to a degree, but not the methods of creating cold iron from.
Yeah, okay, that's just what he was asking.
Yeah. All right.
You would know those myths, but you wouldn't know that they're wrong, because only people the Fae have told they're wrong know that. You do know one person who is known for cold iron.
I do. Who's that?
Ironwall Annabeth?
Oh.
She's Irish. It makes sense.
Aha.
I mean, you weren't around for it, but in session 0, she actually summoned up a wall of cold iron to float around her. Cold iron plates to float around her.
Right.
She already said she's not getting involved with this shit, though, so that doesn't help us too much.
Well,
She wasn't getting involved with her shit.
She's not getting involved with your shit.
Oh, okay.
And she's telling
this is
you...
the
Yeah, I
city
feel like this
shit.
kind of affects everyone.
This is the side gig. This is the side theatrics that she said talked about.
She said
Right.
she's remaining neutral on this. She recommends you don't get involved with what's going on, but she's not going to stop you. She's not going to hinder you if you do. She seemed to be more worried for you than, like, upset.
Okay.
Shamrock also found something in his pocket.
She also gave me something that Oh, that was her card. Never mind.
That was
Mhm.
I forgot.
It tells you how to
Yep.
get into contact with her if you need it.
Because we're losers and we're not good for you. We're loser rejects.
Oh.
Oh,
I mean, your,
poor Fred's pep.
your words, not mine.
That was literally
There's-
Literally what she said.
Which in turn are your words.
Yes. Anyway.
Oh,
I just said losers, not loser rejects.
You said rejects separately. I'm gonna roll back the clip when the VOD is up, but we can't do that yet because we're still playing the damn game.
And oh look, there was a hiccup in the VOD. It's gone. Whoops. Oh well.
Oops, a recording error. It's lost
Sometimes
some
good
time.
jokes have to go under the bus for conquest.
Oh my gosh.
So,
Misha, what happened to your voice?
I am the bear now. I am the bear. You cannot stop me. Killer.
Anyway.
So, yeah. You have a couple outlets, leads. I know that formerly also wanted to look into that ritual stuff that you guys had found.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Where are you keeping that, by the way?
Formerly is not here, so we don't know.
Did you give it to formerly to hold on to?
I thought so.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yep.
formerly.
I mean, unless he wants to give it back to me to put in my bag.
I didn't know if you had like left it at the detective agency and
Yeah, no.
saved or
If
something.
anything was important at the detective agency, it's currently in the safe deposit box. Otherwise, it's on my person.
Cool. Good to know. Don't worry. It's
That is too
probably-
important to be left in this deposit box is currently on your person.
So, yeah, it is past 10.
Yep.
So, we're
Mhm.
going to call it here while you guys stew in what you want to do for next week.
You have a small idea of what I want to do during all this.
Yeah, so, thanks everyone for showing up. This was fun. It's a shame that Charles couldn't be here, but that's life.
We're finally